think that this wasn't going to come down to the oil, like the whole world wasn't going to be worried about the oil, you're tripping.
I don't understand why he attacked Iran in the first place.
Nobody understands. That's $1 million question. Nobody knows the answer to that.
Canada, we make oil, right?
Yeah.
But we don't use it.
So why the hell would we do that?
Or maybe the big plan is like, yo, you guys don't want to buy EVs? All right. We're gonna make gas so expensive. All you guys are gonna be begging for EVs.
Joe Biden.
I mean, he's kind of blaming the war on him a little bit. He's like, you started that.
Yeah.
You have these protesters protesting, right? On the other side, you have protesters protesting the protesters. Right? That's what you're seeing there.
I'm gonna go protest the protest.
Yeah,
right?
those protest, all protesting. No more protesting, right?
I'm surprised there wasn't a guy on the bike like, get out of the lane.
Hockey, baseball, basketball, every time we play the US, it's must-see TV.
Yeah.
That's where it's got. I don't care if we're playing ping pong. Like, I'm gonna watch that shit.
One day we're gonna beat him, man.
No, who the hell is celebrating Pi Day, bro?
It's a big deal.
You celebrated Pi Day?
Yeah.
What's your favorite pie?
Pizza pie.
Pizza pie is not a pie, bro.
Yeah, of course it is.
No, it's not, man. I guess
It's a savory pie.
so. But like, I think when you think pie, you think apple pie,
Yeah, that's the classic.
right? Or what's the other ones?
There's so many. Blueberry, raspberry, every
You just started naming fruits.
pumpkin pie is low-key my favorite.
Oh,
Yeah.
pumpkin
Actual
pie
pies?
is fire.
I like
Pumpkin is
People
pecan
don't
pie.
like it.
Pecan pie is my favorite.
Pecan's good too.
Pecan's pretty
Pecan,
good too.
pecan. Some people say
Yeah.
pecan. I got a joke about pie.
Okay, let's hear this.
So there's this joke, right? And I would tell you, but it just keeps going on and on and on.
You guys get it?
What?
That's the joke.
That's such a bad joke.
It's like the number.
Yeah. So you came up with a joke for this, and that was the best thing, right?
Yeah,
That
because
you-
it goes on to a
Oh,
came up
hold on. No, like obviously he Googled it or some shit, but he's talking. I was thinking the whole time.
3.14,
The food. Yeah,
159.
Yeah, I got you.
Mark
That's what it
14.
is.
It goes on
It's,
longer than that. I don't know the rest.
Nobody does.
Do you know what it is?
I know you're gonna tell us. What is it?
It's the circumference divided by the diameter of the
Look
circle.
at you. Okay.
I'm a woman in STEM.
I thought it was just the circumference.
Is that so? You knew the joke about going on and on. What pi equals? You guys been watching anything recently?
Yeah, we've been watching some shows,
Yeah.
some movies. Movies.
You were talking about a movie, right?
Yeah, Marty Supreme. You guys saw that?
No, I didn't see it. I saw it got a lot of hype before.
Yeah.
Like the ratings are gonna be through
It
the
had
roof.
so much hype because they did so much promo for it,
Yeah.
and then I guess it kind of fell flat. Like I didn't mind the movie. I thought it was a good movie.
What's it about?
Did you like it?
I
Ping
thought it
pong?
was okay. Yeah, I didn't think it was all that.
Really?
Simmer
Yeah.
didn't like it as much. I liked it a lot.
Was it
I
just
thought-
too long?
Yeah, and like it was kind of boring.
Blah.
Really? She's like, it was mid. He's like, I thought it was pretty good.
I
Like
thought
it's about ping pong. How
Yeah.
exciting can it be? Or
exactly.
table
They
tennis,
took a
whatever.
movie about ping pong and made it exciting.
He was impressed that they took
Well,
a
remember
movie.
that show about chess? That was
Oh,
really good.
Queen's
yeah.
Gambit?
Yeah.
Queen's Gambit.
I like that show.
Queen's Gambit is a good
And
show.
it's about chess.
No, and even ping pong. I feel like there's this resurgence with paddle.
Paddle,
I feel like there's like a
paddle, pickleball.
yeah, pickleball. That like people are getting back into this kind of stuff. Also, if there's a good enough story about anything, people will tune in if
Yeah.
it's made
And
well.
good
it's
actors
enough.
in
Yeah,
it.
and good
And
actors.
yeah,
and
he's
shit.
a really good actor too. I think
Yeah.
he might just get that Oscar.
What's that all about? Weren't people giving some backlash for some shit?
Yeah, he was just talking a little bit shit about the arts, like about opera and ballet, and just saying that he'd rather be an actor because it's more like he could do it forever,
Yeah.
as opposed to like like the Nutcracker. The Nutcracker's been
Oh,
going
right.
on.
It's
You
been around for a
cannot
while.
Get tickets for the Nutcracker in New
Yeah.
York, but
I mean, I don't think this guy's learned like that if you are an actor in this space, most of them what they do is just keep their opinions to themselves, right? Unless you're doing something like this where
Yeah.
you're actually giving your opinions. If you're not, you just kind of, you know,
I
like
mean,
look
it's
at
the best
Leo.
way to go.
Look at Leo. Like, what do we really know about Leo? He's what?
He's into super young girls.
And
He makes good movies.
he makes good movies, but
Yeah.
he's like an environmentalist.
Oh, right.
Right, his
He
mom's a
seems
sick.
the type.
Oh yeah, his
Right.
mom.
That's about it. I don't know anything else. I don't know who he
I know
voted
nothing
for.
about his life.
Where? Yeah, exactly. Like Brad Pitt. What do you know about him? The Rock.
Yeah,
Kevin
you could
Hart?
just assume that they're.
Kevin Hart is really good at playing that role. Like all of these guys, that's
Yeah.
what they do.
Yeah.
Some of them, the ones that come in, they speak about certain issues and they clearly lean one way.
Yeah.
Certain people stop watching their movie.
Yeah,
that's
then
a
you
part of it.
alienate yourself,
Yeah.
right? Republicans buy sneakers too.
Jordan said that, right? I feel like all that the alienating yourself, I think it works if you're already solidified in the game. You want to speak your
Yeah.
opinions and all that shit. I'm not saying Timothée Chalamet isn't, but like he's not a super like he
I
hasn't
mean, they're
been
saying
there.
he's the second coming. He's gonna be the next.
Well, you're
Leo.
gonna lose it if half these people stop watching your movie, right?
Yeah.
Like if nobody's tuning in, then
Maybe he's just rising too fast and it's getting to him.
you know what? I don't think he's a bad actor.
He's a good actor.
Yeah,
In
like-
Wonka, he was so good.
Oh right, he was in that.
Yeah,
I just think
he was
Dune
Wonka.
for some reason when I see
Oh,
him.
right.
You know, his first acting
hated
role
that
was
movie.
actually in that McConaughey movie. I forgot what it's called now. Interstellar.
Oh
That's
shit,
who- He
was
wasn't
in
it?
Interstellar.
That's who was interviewing him when he was like talking about opera and he was just like, buddy, like, stop.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. McConaughey knows, bro. He's like, yo, just chill out, man.
He's like, just
But
keep
he's
it
been
all
in the
right, all
game.
right, all right.
I don't know, man.
He's also been in the game for a while, like Timothy.
No, but that's so true what you were saying, man. All these like A-lister actors, they just
Right.
play the dead center in the middle, man.
It's a smart thing to do if you're in that space because I don't know. It's also like you don't know how people are going to perceive your opinions. You could have good intentions behind it.
Yeah.
I guess I could kind of see what the hell he's talking about. Like recently, I've been buying cards and stuff, as investments or whatever. But that's a whole nother conversation. I've no investment advice, but
Yeah.
I do think like if you're gonna get into that, you have to go after the best of the best kind of situation. But I feel like looking at vintage like cards, baseball cards or hockey cards or any of that kind of shit. What's to say that the kids of tomorrow are into vintage cards? Like to me, they're stories, right?
Yeah.
Like about like my favorite players or whatever, or X player did this and that, and like there's stories attached to it.
Yeah,
right?
like a
even-
time and place in your life too. You're watching it, right?
That too, and then like I think the older you get, these weird little stories they start meaning something to you randomly. You're like, oh, that's cool, right? And you kind of become a historian of it. It gets you more into certain things, right? Like for example, Johnny Bauer, his rookie card, his name spelt wrong on it. His last name, right? It puts an S at the end of it, so it's Bowers, right? And then
He kept it?
Yeah, they just kept it. They didn't correct it, so it's on his entire rookie card, right?
Stuff
And-
like that actually drives up the price, probably, right?
Yeah,
Makes it
it's,
rare.
yeah, they find it rare, more unique. But my point is like, if you look at it, like I don't know if the kids of tomorrow are gonna be like, Vince Carter cards, the new vintage, right?
Yeah.
Or like they look at like certain late '90s players or early 2000s players as like vintage, right? And they
Oh
go,
God, it
what
makes
the-
me feel so old.
2000s being vintage.
yeah. Yeah, so like that's what I'm saying. Like I don't know. I guess what I'm trying to like correlate him to, like maybe he's saying that's old art, like and because he doesn't get it, he's
Exactly,
like
yeah.
people growing up my age, like they're not really into this, right?
Mhm.
And if you do extrapolate and look at it, like, do people collect stamps anymore? Like
I'm sure someone out there
they
does.
do. No, I'm sure they do, and there's like a big market for
Yeah.
it, sure, right? But like none of us do, and I bet you if I actually looked into it, it's probably declining,
For sure,
right?
yeah.
Or like coin collecting.
Well, do people still use stamps?
No, they don't.
Right?
They don't. But like they've always been collectibles,
Yeah.
right? But like if the it's collectibles are a little different from art, but still, right? Like I think there's always going to be something for talent and skill.
Yeah.
Like I've recently been seeing all this shit about. Weren't you showing me something about Chris Brown?
Oh yeah, there's this guy in I think he's from Malaysia.
Yeah.
And he sings exactly like Chris Brown.
Yeah.
That Chris Brown commented on his video saying like, "Wow, bro, you're such a good singer."
Yeah.
And then
Damn.
he signed him to something.
What?
That's
Like he
sick.
sounds exactly like him. I thought he was just like dubbing it.
Yeah.
But he said a word with a little bit of an accent, so
Oh.
you can
Yeah.
tell that it's not Chris Brown.
That's crazy.
Bro, after that happened, this is now contradicting like the other thing I was saying, but like after that, she sends me that.
Yeah.
So then my algorithm, it just starts like showcasing like people who have like musical
Singing,
talents and shit
yeah.
like that and playing piano. And I'm watching like the shit just starts feeding into my entire algorithm. I'm like, whoa, bro, like some people are really talented.
Yeah.
Right? Like there's some really talented people out there.
That just don't get recognized, right?
They don't,
Yeah.
right? And like they can do some amazing shit, be it singing, piano, like a whole bunch of shit, right?
Yeah.
And most people are just out here just doing this shit,
Yeah.
right? Like on social media,
Yeah.
talking shit, doing any of this. But people with real talents, man, like I saw when I started seeing that shit, I was like, I hope these people would go and pursue their fucking dreams, man. Because you don't know how little that exists in the world. Like if
Yeah.
you're that talented at something, like go chase it. Why not?
But
right?
I think about like this, the Juilliard, right? It's like an art
Juilliard,
school
yeah,
or whatever.
yeah.
Everyone
Yeah.
wants to
Yeah,
go
yeah,
there.
right.
What do you do after that? Are you
there's
like a backup dancer? Do you play violin in an orchestra?
Right,
like how
right.
how successful really are you? Like you're not gonna be like Yo-Yo Ma level ever.
Yeah, there's probably
No.
a couple one-hit wonders.
Yeah.
but,
for
like,
sure.
Otherwise, yeah, you're
What
probably a
would you
backup
do?
dancer.
But I think it would be the same thing in sports today, right? Like I was listening to those Spittin' Chicklets guys talk,
Yeah.
and they're talking about like how these days people that put their kids into hockey, it's only to go to the NHL. Like he's like, when we grew up, we were playing hockey because it's fun to play.
Dude,
Your
if you're
parents are like,
dropping
yeah.
30 grand a year on your kid,
That's what it is.
It's an investment.
That's
you
what it
better
is.
get to the league.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what happens if you go to Juilliard,
Yeah,
right?
being
Like
a hockey parent is one of the hardest things to do.
Yeah, there's that. I also feel like even if you're going to university and post-secondary, education, if you're not in STEM,
Yeah.
like every parent's gonna be like, "This is a waste of money," especially these days. Like by the time our kids old enough to go to university, like I don't know, like what are you gonna? Are you gonna tell
There's
her
not even
like,
going to be any jobs, man.
yeah, let's
Tell her to be an
AI,
electrician.
right? it's just already too expensive. Let's start with these gas prices.
Oh,
So the U.S. They attacked Kharg Island. This isn't gonna make shit cheaper. They bombed Kharg Island. It's located approximately 300 miles northwest of the Strait of Hormuz. Roughly 90 to 95% of Iran's crude oil,
95?
passes through there. It also facilitates approximately $70 billion in annual energy and revenue for the Iranian military and government, right? So you
Damn.
could see why they did this thing.
yeah.
And it's like a key staging area for the Iranian military. Then, those missiles and those mines that they're dropping in the Strait of Hormuz, right? This is kind of the staging area for all of that, right?
Okay.
So then after this attack happens, a lot of people were concerned, like, did they hit the oil infrastructure?
Yeah.
Because obviously so much oil, right, passes
Yeah.
through there, right? So Trump says, our weapons are the most powerful and sophisticated that the world has ever known. But for reasons of decency, I have chosen not to wipe out the oil infrastructure on the island. However, should Iran or anyone else do anything to interfere with the free and safe passage of ships through the Strait of Hormuz, I will immediately reconsider this decision.
Yeah. Even the leader of the opposition, he came out and said that if they were to attract, what's it called, Kharg, the island?
Kharg, yeah.
Yeah. It would cripple Iran's economy. He's like, it would topple the regime immediately. But they've always had this stance that they're not going to go after oil out of decency because it'll mess up the whole market, right? That's why they're not hitting their
It would
reserves.
remove roughly 1.6 million to 3.3 million barrels per day from the market.
Yeah.
Right. And as of right now, Brent crude is sitting somewhere around 103 a barrel. And last we were talking around, it hit like a high of like 119. And some analysts are suggesting that if they were to hit the oil infrastructure there, $150 a barrel is just the beginning.
Yeah.
Especially if Iran then starts targeting, like what you're saying,
Yeah.
if they go after and they take that out, what's to say Iran doesn't start targeting the rest of the oil infrastructure in the Middle East?
Exactly.
UAE, like everywhere. If they just start,
I mean, if they do, you're kind of forcing their hand, right? They would end up doing that. How else would they retaliate?
Which means gas prices are going to skyrocket.
Yeah.
If that happens, gas prices are going to skyrocket.
So Canada, we make oil, right?
Yeah.
But we don't use it.
Why the hell would we do that?
Basically, Canada doesn't set its own oil prices.
Okay.
Even
What
though
happens to all the oil that we make?
we produce it and we
Produce, right.
sell it, right? And we use it too, but not all of it.
And
Like
we
it
have
kind of.
untapped oil that we're just not going to use too, right?
Well, it's not just that. Like, yeah. So it's kind of complicated because we don't have east to west coast pipeline. So a lot of the oil goes from the west into the U.S., comes back into Ontario and stuff. Most of the East Coast even buys oil from the U.S. and other places to use it here. I think 50% of Ontario's natural gas comes from the U.S. I think 50% of the ethanol comes from the U.S., right?
Yeah.
So even though you're sending heavy crude from Alberta that way, it comes back up this way, right? So, if you want to think about it, you could think about it like a pool of oil. And if the Strait of Hormuz is closed, that means there's 20% less oil, right, in the market. So then if now the price per barrel goes up to $120 a barrel, right, then Canadian producers aren't going to take that and then sell it to Ontario for $70 a barrel, right? They're going to sell it to the open market.
Yeah.
Right? And that's capitalism.
Yeah.
Right?
Why would they do that?
Yeah, why would they do that?
Yeah.
And you can't even force them to do it because it's also actually, I believe, illegal according to Kuzma, right? You can't even do it if you wanted to. And the time that they tried, well, what happened was people in Alberta got pissed off because they're like, you're subsidizing East Coast, you're subsidizing Canada, right? And helping out the East Coast when, you're taking money from Alberta when you do that.
Yeah.
But what happens is if they try to do that, like the government, if you're going to set tariffs to, export taxes and stuff like that, what you'll end up doing then is, especially people in Ontario and the East Coast, Quebec, all over the place. What do you think is going to happen about all the ethanol and natural gas that's coming from the U.S.? You think it's also not going to get taxed, right?
Yeah.
Like, you start playing this stupid game, like you have a lot to lose, just like the U.S. does. You can't do that shit. That's like, that would effectively pretty much blow up free trade between the U.S. and Canada. But if you're going to take that much out of the global energy supply, 20%, right? You can imagine like what's going on with Brent crude and how much it's worth and what's going.
For sure.
There is a silver lining there, though.
What's that?
The Canadian economy does benefit. It just doesn't benefit us normal people that are pumping gas into your cars.
Yeah.
The government, they're going to make
a lot
tax
of money.
revenue, bro. They make tax revenue on that gas. So if it's $120, they're making a lot more tax revenue.
That's what happens in these situations, right? Some countries quietly benefit, and they stay quiet about how they're benefiting, right? But to me, like this whole thing, right? I feel like this war quickly emerged into a energy war, right? It's about oil. That's what it keeps boiling down to. For me, I feel like it was a lot more of a strategic like messaging more than it was like eliminating military threats. It was pretty much saying open that straight up.
Yeah.
Right.
What, this
That's
bomb?
the only
This
reason he
current
did
thing?
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is the only reason he did that. And he keeps, I don't know if you've been seeing his social media posts recently. He keeps talking about how I urge other countries to get involved.
Yeah.
I urge other countries to get
I
involved.
don't understand why he attacked Iran in the first place.
Nobody understands. That's $1 million question. Nobody knows the answer to that.
Did you see the Manitoba premier? He's like, it's to cover up the vials.
Well, people,
I
I saw that. I mean, people have their own theories on it. Like, we don't know.
That guy has a rap video too. Just like
what?
Yeah. He was like an ex-rapper too. Just like the New York guy. I don't know what's up with these guys.
Mamdani?
Yeah. He had a rap video too. You never seen this?
No.
So did this. Check it out after.
I don't know. I think it's not
it's not great or anything,
I don't know if
but
I need to see that.
It's a weird coincidence.
But yeah, so like the war, why it started, I don't know. People are gonna blame Israel. People are gonna blame these guys saying.
I've heard that theory.
Huh?
I've heard the Israel theory.
Because people don't know what to think here, right?
They've
'Cause
never
now,
given a clear reason.
now you're going to drag everyone into this one way or another, right? Because now Russia, like we said, keeps giving them intelligence, right?
Yeah.
And then you see this possibility of, which I don't see many people talking about, is if you were talking about the interceptor missiles, right? And how long do you think Israel can play this game where they're defending Iran's missiles, right?
Exactly.
So that's why the U.S. probably went after Kharg, right? Like, let's say if this thing is prolonged, not weeks, not months, closer to a year, you're gonna exhaust Israel's defense systems, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like China's gonna keep fighting that proxy a little bit, whatever's going on there.
And it's a little bit of they're doing it to
benefit themselves. Like who? You're talking about China, like the proxy war. Why would they be doing it? This kind of thing.
No.
Okay.
Never mind.
To me, I feel like I think if there's two things going on here, right? One is people in the Trump administration use the regime change, right, to say that we're doing this for the good of people.
Yeah.
Right. And then you have now, what's her face? The Iranians using the Strait of Hormuz and being like, I don't know if you saw some of their, I don't remember, I don't know who he is, but I saw one of these Iranian officials on Twitter or somewhere talking about like, well, gas is going to go up to $200 a barrel, oil, right?
Yeah.
Why are they saying that? They have no idea if it is.
Yeah.
They're going to use this, right? Like this, to think that this wasn't going to come down to the oil, like the whole world wasn't going to be worried about the oil, you're tripping, right? Like you even saw the IEP. I think that's the abbreviation for it.
IEA.
IEA. Sorry. Yeah. They said they're committing 400 million barrels from the emergency reserves.
And it's the largest in history.
Largest in history.
Yeah.
Right.
For even the Ukraine war, they thought that was a lot. That was 182. So it's double.
It's double
what they cleared out of the reserves.
I think the U.S. is pulling out 172 million, right? Canada doesn't have any reserves.
No. Genius country. But they're sending 23.6 million barrels.
Even that has nothing to do with reserves. That's just a commitment. And you know how they're going to fulfill that commitment? They're foregoing maintenance the oil sands. They're like, we're going to pause maintenance for a little while. And that's how we're going to fulfill this commitment of 23.6 million. But like Japan's jumping in on it.
Yeah.
I think they're doing 40 million, which is, they're one of the countries that are affected the most, right, by this, because a lot of their oil comes from there. And then South Korea and some of them are doing what Canada's doing. Some of them are doing partial this, partial that. Even that, right? Like if you look at like the Trump administration, right? Or even the US right now. I was even reading like a bunch of Americans are dissatisfied with Canadians and shit. That's just like the news rhetoric, right? That we see online. But I do think it's kind of wild, right, to have a president who's like, I urge you guys to jump in on the war, right?
Yeah.
When your closest allies, right, like Canada, he was saying like he wanted to squeeze Canada economically.
Yeah.
On the other side, Japan's also a really close ally. They're jumping in with these barrels of oil, right? The Nikkei crashed, I think 16% the first day when he announced all this shit. Right? South Korea, same shit's happening. These are closest allies to the US.
And now you're like, come help us.
And then Europe, like obviously they're gonna be going through it, right? So I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like at this point you kind of drag these people. The longer this war goes on, the more you're gonna drag these people into it, and the more Russia keeps like getting involved a little bit. China keeps getting involved a little bit. This thing's scary, man. Nobody knows where it's gonna go.
I mean, even the IEA, the commitment. When you look at it's a huge number, but if this thing carries on, it only makes up like 20 days of actual oil reserves. So. Or it covers 20 days of the amount of oil, right? So that comes through the strait. So it's more of a Band-Aid than anything. It's in hopes that it would end within the month or in a month or so. But like, I don't see an end in sight right now.
Bro, all of these are just Band-Aids. Trump keeps saying that. He's like, we won the war, right? I've seen like 3 press conferences. Like, is this real?
And they're cleared to send. They sent 2,500 Marines, 5,000 sailors, several warships. So they're going to start escorting ships through the
that's
strait.
what the speculation is now. It's Kharg, right? Like in order for them to take over the island, they would need boots on the ground. That's what people are speculating, right? And even if they're going to completely open the Strait of Hormuz, can they do that without boots on the ground?
That little, it's what, 8 square miles in size.
Yeah.
They call it the Forbidden Island in Iran.
Yeah.
Like nobody goes near it.
No,
it runs their whole country.
Well, the oil infrastructure there, the problem is if you took it out, it would take over at least a year to build. If they could build it that quickly.
Yeah.
In that time, you would do a lot of economic damage.
For sure.
Right? And people are, right now, it's in a weird place because we don't know what's going to happen with inflation, right? I was reading they're going to cut interest rates because of the latest job markets and stuff in Canada, but who knows if inflation starts to skyrocket and now you start raising interest rates, what's going to start happening in places like Canada or the US?
Going to shit.
Right? That's exactly what's going to. Or maybe the big plan is like, yo, you guys don't want to buy EVs? All right. We're gonna make gas so expensive. All you guys are gonna be begging for EVs. But even the grid runs on oil. But yeah, whatever. But let's move on to Al-Quds Day Protests. How do you pronounce it?
I actually don't even know. I think it's Al-Quds.
Al-Quds.
Yeah.
Al-Quds. If that is how it is. So apparently there's a yearly protest or rally. I think I heard of it before. I didn't really pay attention. That happens annually.
I never even paid attention.
You see so many pro-Palestinian protests and stuff. I looked into some of the origins of it. Apparently it's the Iranian government's way back in 1970 something kind of
The Khomeini regime, yeah.
Yeah, they started it way back in the day. But Doug Ford tried to block it recently in Ontario this year, but the court essentially ruled that the province failed to meet the high legal threshold required to preemptively shut down a protest, right?
Yeah.
So it becomes a freedom of speech and freedom of expression thing, right?
Yeah.
So the rally continued as planned, and here's a clip of, I think, Toronto and New York.
So one side celebrating, the other side. This is the other side.
Holy shit.
They got Trump 2028 flags.
I saw Nelson Mandela on one too.
One guy's wearing a street flag.
This guy was going viral.
USA!
Oh shit.
Free Palestine!
He's dancing.
Palestine!
Doesn't look like that large of a guy.
It doesn't.
This is crazy. This is like,
We support Hezbollah here! Say it loud, say it clear! Say it loud, say it clear! We support Hamas here! We support Hamas here!
that last guy wasn't saying it that loud. He's like, "Holy shit."
He's like the camera's in front.
Like, I don't know if I want to say it that loud or
Yeah, it's a
clearly.
controversial thing to say.
Yeah, man.
That's crazy. What they're chanting?
Yeah, this shit gets out of hand quickly, right? Like, but where do you go from here, right? Because I feel like there's like a fear because you see all of these synagogues.
Yeah, I mean, to ignore the attacks on first, it was the consulate,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah,
And then it was 2 synagogues leading up to this protest. Like, I get why Doug Ford was trying to do it. There's clearly some anti-Semitism going on.
Yeah.
And then there was another one, right?
There was another one. Wasn't there attempted car bombing or something in Michigan?
Michigan.
There
That was a
also
synagogue as well.
That was synagogue as well, right? And then
You know, that one's actually being investigated as a targeted act of violence because the suspect that they have, he lost family in the Israeli attack in Lebanon.
Oh.
So it's like a targeted thing. That's 3 synagogues within like pretty close, Michigan, Toronto, not crazy far from each other.
Yeah.
There was a gym too, right?
Oh, there was also that. I think someone's gym got shot up right after the bombing started.
Oh, there was that one too.
Yeah, I think he was Iranian, but he wasn't Islamic or Muslim Iranian. He was Christian or something. I don't fully
know the details, but
yeah. There was also, was there another one? I feel like there's a few things that were going on with this. But yeah, so then when it starts getting violent, like you don't know where to draw a line, right? Also, then it also starts to get scary.
Yeah,
from like what's happening, right? I think Trump was talking about sleeper cells.
Have you been briefed about how many Iran sleeper cells there could be inside the U.S. right now?
I have been, and a lot of people came in through Biden with this stupid open
Oh
border.
my God.
But we know where most of them are. We've got our eye on all of them, I think.
Is it dozens?
They came in through the open border policies of Sleepy Joe Biden.
Oh my God.
One of the worst president in the history of our country. And we've got our eyes on all of them. But the war itself is being prosecuted at a level that nobody's seen before. It's pretty amazing to watch.
He's like, I think we have all of our
He's
eyes
gonna
on all
die
of
on
them.
that
I
hill,
think.
eh? Sleepy Joe Biden.
I mean,
I would
he's
think-
he's kind of blaming the war on him a little bit. He's like, you started that.
Yeah, everything's his fault.
And he's like, it's pretty amazing to watch. Like, I don't know how he can. If you don't know the answer to something, just say, "Oh, really?" I don't
Exactly.
know. We'll investigate that or some shit, right?
His
just
answers was
He'll
100%.
never say
be
that.
ambiguous.
That's
no,
not who
it
he
says yes.
is.
Yeah, he's just like,
He's like,
what?
I know everything, I think.
He's like, that's Obama's fault. I think.
Yo, I heard they were like trying to in California or something. And I'm like, why are sleeper cells in California?
I mean, there is some evidence to it. Even like Doug Ford and stuff, when they came with took it to court to try to get rid of the protests.
Yeah.
they were tying it to it's Sami. I don't even know how to say it. Sami Dune, I think, terrorist group. It's a real terrorist group that they're making connections with the synagogue too and everything.
Yeah.
So
Here in Toronto?
yeah, and they were thinking they would be part of the protest. So that's why they're trying to stop it. So they probably have some intel there. This guy's saying that he's been briefed on them, unless he's just saying
I mean,
sleeper cells, right?
who knows if he's been briefed or not, or what's going on. There's also false flags and stuff that you'll hear about a lot, like where people claim that they're actually something when there's something else, just to rile up everybody and
Yeah. Like, I don't think he can stop the protests, or that he should. I just think as an individual, you decide just don't go to it if it's dangerous.
I think it kind of sets like this weird, I guess, like landscape where like in a country, like we're the one country who actually didn't allow this to happen, or the one city I should say, is London.
Yeah.
Right? Like they didn't allow it to happen in London. And in London, which wasn't shocking to me, because I remember when I started reading some of the discourse online, they're like, oh, London stopped it. Like, look how great they are, right?
Yeah.
From most of the shit that we've been seeing, the 12,000 people have been getting arrested a year in the UK for social media posts, right? That means they're actively, monitoring hate speech and this and that, right? Which means eventually they would also go the other way and be like, hey guys, you can't just do this, this, and this, right? Like, so they, didn't allow it. But in Canada, I feel like there is like this, there's somewhat of a, like, freedom of speech, right? It's not absolute in any of these countries, right?
Yeah.
Most people agree that you shouldn't exploit children, right? Or incite any kind of violence, or do anything illegal, right? Or, do anything criminally libel or like slander or anything. But there is this, I feel like, debate that always comes up now, which is deciding if something is offensive or hate speech, or is it misinformation, right? That's kind of where people like to, think about it.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you're misinforming somebody, right? And somebody else is like, no, that's hate speech.
I mean, that's such a gray area, though. Like, even misinformation, it's somebody's opinion at the end of the day, right?
Right.
And if you're stupid enough to believe the misinformation, then that's on you.
I think I saw, like, this is a little separate from that, but I think it's France that they don't let influencers promote like GLP-1s.
Oh.
But for example, like, someone could say that's misinformation, but it worked for them.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean it's going to work for everybody. So that's where, like, I don't know, like, where's the line?
That's the trickiest part.
What's that French philosopher's name? I don't know his name, but the famous quote that everyone always applies here: "I disapprove of what you say, but I will defend to the death your right to say it." Right? Coincidentally, it's out of France.
Yeah.
But I don't even think it was him that said it. I think it's a biographer, Voltaire. What the hell? What's his name? Whatever.
Nobody knows what you're talking about.
But I think there's like, I've always felt like governments.
It is Voltaire.
Voltaire, right?
Shit! Look at that.
I always felt giving the government too much power to define what is offensive is kind of dangerous for democracy.
For sure. Because even there, I'm like, I gotta side with them having the freedom to protest, right?
I mean, on one side you have these protesters protesting, right? On the other side, you have protesters protesting the protesters.
I saw that.
Right? That's what you're seeing
Like,
there.
I'm going to
right?
go protest the protest.
Yeah,
right?
those protest, all protest. No more protesting, right?
I'm surprised there wasn't a guy on the bike like, get out of the lane.
I mean, I guess we can make fun of it, but like, I think where governments or some sort of authority has to step in is where there's violence, right?
Yeah.
Like if you're seeing people shoot up synagogues and stuff, like you see it, right?
Yeah.
But then they're also very, I guess, picky or I don't know the word here, but you remember the trucker protest,
Yeah.
right? They shut that down really quickly.
Yeah, that didn't take too long.
Yeah, because that was annoying Ottawa and, the federal buildings there. That's annoying them personally, and they see it.
Was
right?
it quickly though? Didn't it come from so far and last like hours, like the whole day?
Yeah, but you can't, like, if theoretically, they should have been able to sit out there for weeks, months,
Forever.
as long as it took.
I feel like, they should have been able to protest forever.
Right?
Yeah.
Is it annoying and shit? Of course, right? Like they're also
Those guys
blocking
are still screwed,
the
man. They can't get
ambassador-
access to their
Exactly.
funds. and stuff.
Even
they
after
froze
the
their
fact.
bank accounts.
right?
Yeah.
Even after the fact, like at this point, like, you know, this is somebody protesting what they believe.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? Whether you disagree with it is kind of
Some of the stories from that one were crazy.
The
People
trucker
are just
protest?
like, yeah, like my uncle's a trucker. I just wanted to support him. I donated like
They were
$50.
prosecuted a lot of people.
yeah,
A lot of
yeah,
them.
yeah, It's crazy. That's what I'm saying. When you give the government power,
Yeah.
if you're gonna give them more power in these kind of situations,
Yeah.
what makes you think that when it's something that is important to you, when you go and protest it,
Right.
that they're not going to use that power and be like, you're not allowed to say these
Exactly.
things. You're not allowed to do these things. Like we
Because
talk
those
about it all the time.
incidents that you guys are talking about were separate from the protests, correct?
Yeah,
It didn't
yeah.
happen during the protest.
What?
The shooting the synagogues or
No,
No, it was
none of that
before.
happened. That was separate.
so then you can't really say that the protests were violent.
I mean, it's leading up to the Al-Quds literally translates to Palestine.
Oh.
So it's leading up, those events leading up to this. I don't know. I think
mean, look
it's
on
not a
that.
stretch to say that.
Like they're clearly saying I support Hamas, I support
Yeah,
Hezbollah, right? They have pictures of the Ayatollah and stuff like that, right?
Right.
And then people will look at that and be like, you know, the terrorists.
Right.
That's how they're gonna look at it, right? And then if you're going to say that it's a regime change war and this and that, right? Like what it's doing is creating this weird divide. I don't know if these people have been here forever. I don't know when they came here or when they didn't. I just like I have Muslim friends that I grew up with. They're not bad people, right? Like I don't
Yeah.
think of them as like bad people. But like what this starts to do is like it's going to make all of them, you know, try to paint this weird narrative around people. But I think it's also important that like there is a level of anti-Semitism that you start seeing, there, right? But I don't know if does that permeate regular culture and like regular like I don't feel that way. I've never met a single person that feels that way,
Yeah.
right? So I don't know if it's just online.
You think the crazies just have louder voices?
It probably is. I think the crazier you are, the louder the voice.
That one lady was dancing.
She was dancing.
The videos out of this stuff is wild, man. There's more. I just didn't put it here.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
No, it's crazy, man. I think at the end of the day, I think free speech is something you gotta protect. You gotta protect free speech because without free speech, there's no democracy, right?
Yeah.
Like giving the government too much power. But when things get violent, you do have to step in. If people don't feel safe, what are you supposed to do?
Exactly.
Right? Like everyone has a right to speak their mind, whether you disagree with it or not. Right? I think you see it in every community. Like who doesn't have every religion, every kind of political ideology, there's extremism that exists in everything.
100%. Yeah.
Right? You even see it in I've been recently seeing all of this stuff about anti-Khalistani kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And they've been trying to tie it to terrorism as well. Right?
They're trying to label them
All six as, like-
Khalistanis
Yeah.
as a terrorist group, right?
In an attempt to make it inflammatory.
Yeah.
Right? And it's to me, I see it and I see that as like propaganda.
Yeah.
Right? But I think it then starts to affect some people and they start thinking that way.
For sure.
right?
Even here, when we're talking about it, I don't know too much about the religion, so I don't want to speak too much about either side, right?
Yeah.
I was just trying to tackle it from the protest angle, and I think we both agree that they should have the right to protest, or anyone should, right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, like, I think they should have the right to protest, but like the same thing that like why I was trying to correlate it to like Sikhi, right, is because we're born in a Sikh family, right?
Yeah.
And you see this stuff happening, and I even saw somewhere in Brampton, I think it was, there's an anti-Khalsa or
Yeah, I
something
saw that
parade.
too.
No
Right?
way.
I saw a banner for it.
Yeah, I saw a
I don't
banner
know if
for it.
it's
I don't know if it
real.
actually
Yeah.
happened or not, or how many people showed up or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But this shit never used to happen before. It's starting to happen now,
Yeah,
right? But those people, they have the right to do that.
for sure.
They can do that all they want.
Yeah.
But then
Right.
that's like hate speech.
That's what I'm saying. But
right?
then they're going to say what we're saying is hate speech or whatever. That's
Right.
just how that goes, right? Because
Yeah.
then if you start going to the extremes of these sides, then there's problems. But the same way, Like I have friends who I grew up with or went to university with or know, and I know their families that are Hindu. There's no problems. This shit is just starting recently. This hate, this divide. Social media just keeps amplifying it more and more, right? And the propaganda push, I feel like that is coming from the Indian government or wherever the fuck is coming from, is like they're trying to separate Sikhi from Khalsa, right?
Yeah.
They're trying to say that. It seems like to me, looking at it, it seems like they're trying to say that anything that's pre-Guru Gobind Singh Ji isn't Sikhi, right?
Yeah.
Essentially trying to, imply that. And anything post isn't, sorry, right?
Yeah, the other way around.
The other way around.
Yeah.
Anything pre is and anything post isn't, right?
Yeah.
When in reality, you can't have... Khalsa is a part of Sikhism.
Yeah.
It always has been.
Right.
It always will be.
We celebrate it.
Yeah, we celebrate it,
Yeah.
right? Vaisakhi, that's the birth
Exactly.
of Khalsa,
Yeah.
right? It March 30th, 1699, right?
Yeah.
Or some people think it's April 13th, depending on which calendar or whatever you follow.
Yeah.
But to me, I feel like there's a lot of people saying that, oh, look, man, those flags again with the khanda on it,
Yeah.
right? And they're doing the same sort of thing, right?
Yeah.
And those flags, right? The Nishan Sahib is in front of every Gurdwara now, and it'll always be in front of every Gurdwara, right?
Yeah.
Just like Jewish people have their own symbols, just like Christians have a cross, right? Everyone has their symbols and their religious ideology that they follow.
Yeah.
And I don't think anyone has a problem with these things. But these people that want to say these things, they're also allowed to say these things. They could be wrong,
Exactly.
right? But they're allowed to say these
You
things.
got to be on both sides of it.
And then looking at it now, what do you think is going to happen here, right? As this amplifies more, right? You think that there's not going to be more hatred and divide created where now then imagine tomorrow somebody says, yo, Andy, you're not allowed to say that.
yeah.
Right, you're not. The government tells you you're not allowed to say that. You're going to jail for saying that, right? And you're like,
Yeah.
yo, bro, I believe this. That's why I'm saying it, right?
Yeah.
And the idea is that the free market of ideas kind of deals with it and lets it play out, and freedom of speech stays, in place. But who knows, man? Because that's how I usually feel. But when things get violent, you're in a weird place.
Yeah, that's always a fear, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah.
It's kind of what happens when you have such relaxed immigration laws. Like one of our buddies here, right? Mark Carney.
Yeah.
Year in review.
It's been a year
been
since
a
he's
year.
been prime minister, right?
Because I felt like it was around the time we started this.
We started over a year ago.
Well,
Yeah.
I felt like it was
elections
like
were
Close
going
enough,
on
yeah,
around
yeah.
that
when I think
time.
about our
Elections.
first few what we
Yeah.
talked about.
Yeah.
We're like, who's this guy?
Really?
Where do you come from, bro? We just pulled him out of the washroom. They're like, hey, you're prime minister.
He's like, I've been hiding. He's like Mr. Burns, bro. He's hiding in the shadows. But to me, it was kind of when I saw that it's been a year, I felt the opposite. Not like, oh, it came so quick. I was like, it feels like it's 4 years, 5 years, 10 years, man. It feels like he's been prime minister forever. I forgot what Trudeau looks like. I'm joking. Katy Perry. He's like, yeah, nobody's gonna forget that shit, bro. His kid's rapping.
I feel like Carney's first year, he has a reaction to it. We have a clip.
It's your 1 year anniversary. You promised you promised major projects. You promised to remove tariffs that the U.S. had levied against
I did not
us.
promise to. I promised the best deal for Canada. That's the difference, Judy. And we
You
have
don't
the
have a
best deal for Canada right now.
4,000 jobs were lost in February. What results do you have in this first year that you can present to Canadians? I think many Canadians would feel that it is a disappointment.
Judy, I'd say the following. First is we've created 84,000 net jobs since I became Prime Minister. The United States created about 6,000 jobs over that period of time. Secondly, in terms of major projects, that's the first point. The second is that every month wages have grown faster than inflation. In fact, you saw in the most recent month wage growth above 4%. So Canadians, cost of living moved up a lot. Canadians are getting ahead. It's going to take longer for that to fully realize, but every month Canadians' wages are growing faster than the inflation. In terms of major projects, we have shifted the whole process for major projects. We've green-lighted Contrecoeur, that's moving forward. We've approved a series of natural gas projects that are moving forward. We just approved two of the largest uranium projects in the world. In the course of the last month, we approved an gas pipeline in British Columbia.
Yeah, he summed it up perfectly, right? Approvals, green lighted
Where
things.
was that being filmed? Like at Niagara Falls or something?
Yeah, they're on Niagara Falls. You know that boat ride made in the mist.
It was very fun.
It looks like that. No, I think he went to Norway.
Okay. He's not in the country. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, why are everybody sitting so close to him too? Like, give him some space.
And who's his bodyguard? She's like,
Right?
you may speak. You may
She's like,
you
what
got
did
this
you
one.
say?
Yeah, you remember what we said. Yeah.
I mean, you can find stats to support whatever narrative you want, but I promise there's no wage growth going on.
Monthly?
I don't think anyone feels like
I'll give you some stats here, right? So in the month of February, Canada lost 84,000 jobs. Economists were predicting 10,000 job loss. We lost 84,000.
Close,
Unemployment.
In what sector?
Unemployment rose by a lot of it was in retail. It was a lot of low wage jobs.
A lot of it, yeah.
A lot of it,
Mainly
right?
retail, right?
Yeah. And then unemployment rose by 0.2%, all the way up to 6.7%. And the wage growth he's talking about, 3.9%,
Yeah.
would put the average at just over $37 an hour for Canadians, right? Which I doubt if you ask like the average Canadian, right? You know, how much money do you make? Not high-end earners. I don't think a lot of them are going to say $37
Even
an
the
hour.
jobs he's saying he created, a lot of them are healthcare or specialized positions. They're not for the average Canadian, right? They're not for the everyday Canadian that works a corporate job either. And you created 85,000 net jobs. Okay, great. That'll be net zero in a few months when your unemployment keeps climbing, right?
Well, also the 3.9% he's saying the wage growth, that's nominal, right? Like if you adjust it for inflation, he's saying it's beating for inflation. Inflation is like roughly around 2.3%, right? So that would mean that wage growth is at 1.6%.
Yeah.
And even that doesn't account for the debt and the debt servicing costs, right? And higher interest rates. And who would that everyone went through, right?
We're in the most over-leveraged economy in the world.
Yeah, and 1.6% is what he's saying that wage growth is beating inflation, right? That's not good enough. Like, I don't think Canada's in a better position.
No, but he said it'll just take some time. Wage growth will catch up.
It'll take some time to realize.
Does he mean 1 century or 2?
I don't know, bro. At this point, I was kind of looking at it and I was just like, I know most people aren't thinking of this, but I was like, you know, when Trudeau was prime minister, right? And like it was during the pandemic and interest rates are at 0%. Everyone was making fun of him, but everyone felt pretty rich.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, nobody was like, "Yo, I feel broke."
Even
right?
all these protests, any of it, it's all just because people are broke, man.
Yeah, that's a lot of it. A lot of that. There's a lot of that.
That's the only
going
time
on.
people generally like get very invested. Everyone you talk to now knows something or about politics or everything going on. People get invested in politics when they feel like they don't have money.
It's also a huge part of culture now.
Did you see that picture Katy Perry posted with Trudeau? What Andrew Tate wrote underneath it?
No. What?
Comment?
He's like, 2 retards.
What?
That's savage.
That is savage. Oh my god.
I still can't believe they're dating. That's so random.
Yeah.
I mean, he does what he does, man. That guy's been doing random shit his whole life, man. But yeah, I don't know if Canada's in it doesn't feel like Canada's in a better position, right? And he's talking about economic stats. Like he probably knows that better than most people, right? He's been a central banker before.
You would hope, right? Yeah.
It's not even just to like clown him or anything. Like it's kind of like you just hope that Canada's going to be in a better place.
Yeah.
And it's not.
Yeah.
Right. And to say that it is, saying how many jobs you've created and emphasizing wage growth, even wage
It's false.
Yeah.
It's a false like stat.
Yeah, it's a little bit of gaslighting when you're doing that, right? Like wage growth, even that, think about it, even like just in a reductive way.
Yeah.
If you take a bunch of low income jobs and eliminate them, right?
Right.
And now you have a bunch of high income jobs, right? Isn't it going to raise the average?
Yeah.
Right? And theoretically raising the wage, right? Like, I don't know. There's a lot of ways you can look at it, right? Like you said, you can use stats to paint any kind of narrative you want. But to me, like what I see, friends and family, what people are feeling, the conversations we have with anybody we know, it's like, yeah, man, pockets are tighter now. right?
For
Everyone's
sure.
over leveraged, right? Like shit's just harder now, right? And then now gas prices are going up, all this shit, groceries going up, right? And they're talking about unemployment rates in Ontario specifically. I think it's been above like 7.5 for the last like 2 years.
Yeah,
like
it's
nobody
been
gets
steady,
jobs, right? I think on a youth unemployment's about 14%. That means young people aren't getting any jobs. So imagine coming out of uni hoping for some job.
Right.
You'd be lucky that you're working at some of these like, you know, like next to nothing. And that's like lucky if you get these jobs, right? So
Yeah.
there's a lot going on here, like when you pull back the curtain a little bit, and not to mention the auto industry completely decimated. I don't know you don't even see people buying new cars these days. That's one thing, right?
Yeah.
On the other side, these auto deals that are happening, a lot of people aren't happy with them,
For sure.
right? Like
As the auto workers themselves.
yeah, right. Where the auto sector is going, even this pipeline stuff. Like the more you look at it, yes, there is nuance, and I think there should be some diversification in trade for Canada because it's stupid for them not to do so and solely depend on the U.S. But the more you look at it, how intertwined the Canada and U.S. economy is, it's kind of stupid to do that. But I don't know, putting a year in review, it just seems like the entire year has been like he's saying, like I said, I would get a good deal for Canada. It still hasn't been done. Right? After 1 year, we haven't gotten it, right? Kuzma.
I mean, when you look at Carney, right, when he was running, his whole thing, he made it a trade war election, right? And he kind of promised two things, right?
Right.
A favorable trade deal.
Right.
And he keeps saying, that's what I promised, a favorable trade. You made trade deals with other people. You said it was going to be with the States.
Right.
Yeah.
We have no deal.
Yeah.
Right? And then to solve the housing crisis, right?
Yeah.
Build Canada homes, whatever it's called, right?
Yeah.
And we are in the midst of a full-blown housing bubble that is about to pop.
Oh yeah.
Countrywide,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And wait, the housing minister has an excuse for that too. We have a clip of him.
Here it is. Condo sales have collapsed. Inventory of all types of housing has surged, and financial conditions have worsened for home buyers. But here's the most concerning thing about that report. It says that Canadians are delaying starting families because of housing unaffordability, delaying marriage, delaying children, the very foundations of our society because they can't afford a home. We've offered one positive solution: remove the GST on new homes for all Canadians. Will the minister commit to doing that today?
The Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Well, it's no surprise that Canadians are challenged with buying homes right now when there's a war in the Middle East. There's no surprise, Mr. Speaker. In the first 100 days of Build Canada Homes, we've secured agreements with Nova Scotia, with BC, with Nunavut. We're delivering thousands. We're up to 9,000 homes that are being delivered through Build Canada Homes for Canadians. And we're just getting started, Mr. Speaker. If we pass the Build Canada Homes Act in this House in the days ahead, we can supercharge the construction of affordable housing, and that's what Canadians need.
The Honourable Member for York Durham.
Well, Mr. Speaker, an excuse for every problem, but this is a new one. The war in Iran is the cause of our housing crisis. Wow. I mean, I don't know how you square that circle, Mr. Speaker. And he boasts about 9,000 new homes. He promised 500,000 new homes. That's not even 2% of his target. And guess what? CMHC says only 259,000 were built last year. Only half of the target again. So at the rate that the minister complacently brags about, we'll never hit the target.
I mean, housing here, like I don't even think at this point the housing shortage is a problem right now. Like
building them is not even an issue.
Right now, nobody's talking about building them.
But this guy's so proud of 9,000 homes.
Yeah, he's really proud of it. And it's affordable housing, right? It does nothing for the middle class. Absolutely nothing for the middle class.
Yeah, and this Iranian war is like decimating our whole lumber industry, right? What the hell are we going to do? How are we going to build homes? Bro, all our lumber comes from Iran. What are we going to do? The war started 2 weeks ago, and now for the whole year, 2 weeks eroded everything. No lumber here.
There's no lumber.
Canada doesn't have any lumber.
There's no studs you can put in walls now. It's gone now.
No concrete, nothing.
Whoa, concrete maybe. Maybe we start making concrete houses.
That's what we need.
Right? Because there's tornadoes sometimes.
Yeah. Iran's a big concrete supplier too.
Oh, shit. Then we're fucked. I don't know what we're going to do. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. This Build Canada Homes idea, it seems like more bureaucracy than anything else, right? It seems like a lot of, I don't know, you're just building affordable homes is the idea. We've talked about it before. They're
The
prefab
shipping,
modular
that's what he's
homes.
saying. We shipped so many homes.
Yeah. Cars. Like, I don't even know what the plan is here. Real estate in Canada is in a weird place, man. You see all the condos for sale downtown, right?
Crazy,
in Toronto,
man. I just see people crying about it on the news all the time. I lost X amount. I lost this.
Bro,
I
anyone
haven't
who-
sold a house in a
Anyone
year.
who owns a
realtors.
house, you think people want house prices to go down?
Right.
You think somebody sitting around like mortgages sky high, barely making
Yeah.
mortgage monthly payments, is saying, you know what's gonna fix Canada? If my house loses $400,000 in value, nobody's doing that shit. Absolutely nobody. And it has nothing to do with Iran. It has zero to do with Iran.
Right.
I mean, oil prices you can blame on them, but that's about it.
I mean, Ukraine, you gave them what, 20? What's the deficit? 78 point something it was projected.
Right.
Gave Ukraine 23. That's like a third of your deficit right there. Why help your own country? Just keep shipping it off, right?
I don't know, man.
They say Trudeau's deficit was bad. This guy doubled it.
Yeah, I mean, if everyone's in debt, the government's gonna be in debt too. Right? Just kind of
It's still the same government too. You can't even use that finger pointing opposition. You same government, same liberal government.
Like, I'm trying to think. Is there so like actually objectively, is there anything that's changed or happened in a good way for Canada so far?
No, home building dropped 15%.
Right.
Not a single pipeline.
Yeah.
But things are in place.
Things are in place.
They're in place and they're green lighted.
Yeah.
That's what he made sure of. Like, we continue to have the highest food inflation.
Right.
In the entire G7.
Yeah.
His first year can be summed up that way. What was his slogan? Promises made, promises kept. It's
Right.
like promises made, bunch of green lighted projects, and it's gonna take some time, but your wage growth is gonna match inflation magically. It's gonna take some time.
Yeah.
He's like a bad boyfriend. These open-ended
gaslights like
promises.
crazy.
That's what you're correlating him
Yeah,
to?
that's it.
And now because of all this like crazy floor switching, this guy's just gonna get a majority.
Oh,
through
there's
background
that
deals,
too.
right?
He's that too. Nah, see, the floor switching part of it is like all of it's legal and it's fine,
Yeah.
right? But it's also like you don't need to do that, and he's getting them from conservatives, NDPs, doesn't matter, left, right, and center. Everyone's just right. So
Yeah.
you gotta think that. I'm sure it's happened before, and other governments have done it, but I don't know this many in a month, bro. It's
crazy.
Like, somebody's skilled there at courting these people. I don't know what they're doing, but they're doing a good job at it. But
They're 2 seats away now from a majority.
I feel like they've been saying 2 seats for like last 3 months.
Are people going back?
And
People leave. Some people become the
they're at
finance
170
ministers in
now.
Ukraine and shit, huh?
And the other two are guaranteed. They're liberal strongholds. Those by-elections.
Right.
It's like Freeland's last writing, and then Bill Blair.
But what I will say, like, yeah, for like the constituents of certain places, like I remember the one that happened in, was it Alberta?
Yeah.
Who was the last one? I can't even remember.
The by-election?
No. Where somebody switched floors.
I thought it was like Nunavut or something. I saw that today.
That was probably, I don't know. I have no clue.
Okay.
But yeah, like if it's not what the people voted for,
exactly,
it's a slippery slope.
Yeah.
But I like all this talk about like elections, like I heard it before they got enough like to be a majority or whatever, right? Elections are, one, they're so costly, right? Two, they're so divisive.
Yeah.
Right. And I feel like now I'm starting to see so many more influencers in Canada. I think the political divide here is going to be real now.
Yeah.
It's going to get so real now.
It's going to get entrenched, right?
Yeah.
'Cause
Like the States is basically like how the political divide is there. Canada's headed there.
Yeah.
Right. Which, I mean, some people like they're
About
happy
time,
about it. Right. They're like, oh, yeah, love this shit. Right. But, you know, you're going to get people who are going to get frustrated when you have one-sided government for so long. It's inevitable. You're just going to head in this direction, right? But yeah, I mean, we'll see what changes and what doesn't. What else we got?
So speaking on being strapped for cash, you think people are going anywhere for March break?
Oh, March break. Nah, man.
No vacations. Did you guys ever go on vacations for March break? I didn't.
it wasn't a big thing for like I feel like in the States it's huge.
I remember being excited that you have a week off school.
Yeah.
But I don't think like my parents ever took the week off. To,
I mean, now
everyone would do that shit.
Yeah, having
March
a
break
kid,
is such a in a corporate world, it's such a commodity to take that week off. People fight for it.
Yeah, because if you have a kid,
Yeah.
right? Like if our kid's in full-time school, which will be soon.
Yeah.
Right? Like just thinking that they have a week off of school,
Yeah.
right? So it's like summer holidays you have March break, and you have Christmas holidays, right?
Yeah.
And Christmas, most people like to spend with family, so you end up staying home. So if during the year you want to take a vacation, that's probably the 1 year. It's not just a spring break thing, I think.
Yeah.
Right?
So popular vacation destination, Mexico, obviously.
Yeah.
They're having a bit of a problem with the seaweed. We have a video.
Spring break is coming, and
goddamn.
so is the seaweed. Record levels of sargassum are piling up across the Atlantic and Caribbean right as beach season kicks off, and it could be worse than any year on record. It's stinky, it's gross,
Cancun.
and it could wash up on your favorite spring break beaches from
People are
Miami
like,
to
I
the
do not
Caribbean.
give a shit.
Scientists
These
at
old
the
ladies,
University of
they
South
jumped
Florida
over
say
that shit.
2026 might be another massive sargassum year, meaning big seaweed blobs and big cleanup crews.
So gross.
So before you pack your shades and sunscreen, check the beach cameras first for
It's
seaweed.
like literally looks like mud.
It does
Yeah, and
look
apparently
like
it smells like rotten eggs.
Mm.
It's like the hydrogen combined with something and it makes that smell.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen it at resorts and stuff that whenever we've gone.
Yeah,
but
and
like
they clean it.
Yeah, and
I-
minimally.
I've only ever seen them cleaning it out.
Yeah, like they have like these heavy duty machines now, right? Like they'll come like construction machines and shit, and they'll lift it, and there's like a whole bunch of people working on it, but you can't clear that much, right?
Yeah.
They even pick
It's
it up
normal,
and they
like
dash it.
from March to I think November.
Yeah.
It's a normal thing to get that much
But
seaweed. But this year, it's like they're saying it's gonna be crazy
I
because like
think why it happens though, it has something to do with how hot the water
yeah,
is.
it's the climate change. That's what they're saying.
So
Yeah.
don't.
They're saying there's a warmer ocean. There's more nutrients, the currents.
Right.
There's a bunch of reasons.
So then
they're
if you're gonna
saying.
have a hot summer, it seems like just like we had a cold winter, everyone's saying this summer is gonna be pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Then
I'm ready.
A lot, yeah, right.
Definitely nice.
Everyone's ready for the summer. But yeah, I mean, I feel like that much, it's going to kind of ruin these Caribbean destinations'
Well, you
economies
just
a
gotta
little
go to a
bit, right?
place not facing I think she said the Atlantic Ocean,
Atlantic,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, but surprisingly in Mexico, you know Isla Mujeres, you've been, right?
Yeah.
That place apparently is really clean. If you want to go somewhere, go there.
It's also, I think, what ends up happening. I don't know if Isla Mujeres is clean.
Yeah.
Because
specifically from this seaweed,
Yeah.
it doesn't reach there because of the current like takes it away.
No, not only that, I think from what I remember,
Yeah.
geographically speaking, the island is in front of a part of Cancun,
Yeah.
right? So the island eats all of the sargassum that's supposed to hit there. So it kind of blocks it as like a barrier. It kind of goes around it. So then obviously would it be the south side or the north side of the island wouldn't get, it would just go around it, and then whatever
Your memory's
resorts are
crazy.
behind it, they wouldn't get it, huh?
Your memory's crazy. How do you just remember that?
I think it just has to do with the currents. Like the current brings.
No,
the
it's not
seaweed.
just current, because I
what he's
remember
saying
the
makes
last
sense,
time the last time we went to Mexico.
Yeah.
We went to one of these. It was a little bit of a bougier resort, but resort. Retard. No, I'm joking. Okay, but I remember, like, you know how I am. I get pretty like into this kind of shit. So I remember searching, like, I don't want to go to the place where there'll be a lot of seaweed. Right?
sure.
So then I'm looking at all these places, and it was one of the things I was looking at. And even that, like, where the resort was positioned, if it's towards a certain way where the beach is, because the neighboring resort looked like that.
Because that resort
And the
had
resort that we were at
they made these
was
like
like-
blocks.
Yeah.
So then it didn't even come in.
It was done strategically.
Yeah.
But if they're saying that it's going to be that bad, like, where is it?
So Aruba, Caraco, Bonaire, don't know where that is, and then Isla Mujeres is going to be all right. So if you want to go on vacation, go there.
I don't think most people don't go to these places. I think all the other ones are going to get slapped with this shit.
Jamaica, Caribbean, they're gonna
That
get a
would
lot of.
suck. Like being on vacation, that's your beach.
Yeah.
Imagine saving up with like your winter and you're just like excited to go on this trip and you just show up there and it looks like mud. Like, swimming in it, that would suck.
There's also like a lot of like war going on.
Yeah, on top of that, you got these airline prices.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, so you're going to pay more to go to these fucking places.
Horrible beaches.
Horrible
They're saying
beaches.
it's going to get worse too throughout the summer. So if you want to go on vacation, like book it now.
Yeah, anything, because it's impacting obviously jet fuel prices.
Mm.
Airlines are expecting 20 to 30% increases right now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like
$300-400.
Sophia was saying last week. They don't want anyone to go anywhere. Just sit at home and do nothing. Don't leave your fucking house.
You don't have an option.
Yeah. I mean, I had got on a lighter note. Like I saw a bunch of people. I guess this is how fucked up the internet is. So this shit hits my algorithm, and then I'm like, what the fuck are people talking about resorts all of a sudden, right?
Yeah.
Like, and I see a bunch of people giving their wild takes on resorts and shit. And I saw this one guy talking about. He's just like, I don't know. He's like, I don't know who goes to resorts. I'm never gonna go to a resort again. He's like, it's basically like a compound that you can't leave. You get shitty to mid food, and then you eat it all day. Then you go to the pool, then you go to the beach, then you go to the bar, then you go to the pool, then you go to the beach, then you go to the bar. And he's like, 6 days later, you go home. He's like, you feel like shit because all you did was eat shit food and drink for 6 days, and then you got home, right?
Huh?
And then when I was watching
Doesn't
it,
sound too bad.
yeah, I was like, bro, this kid looks like he's 23. Right? You have no kids.
Yeah.
Anyone who has any kids is gonna be like, bro. Like, you know what that sounds like? I get to sit there quietly while my kid runs around a splash pad and have a beer. Like, it sounds like a fun time. A beach and a pool and a bar. You're saying all the right things, right?
Nah, he's tripping though, even as not having kids. Like, imagine just going somewhere, someone's cooking for you, someone's serving you
it's not
drinks,
that bad.
nice weather.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's also like once you get a little bit older, you can appreciate those things because you cook and clean and do all this shit for yourself, right? If your parents take care of that or you order a lot of food,
Even like with the planned out trips, like let's say you're going to Italy or something, when planning out those trips is exhausting.
Yeah.
And then doing all that, like,
well, yeah,
really, like going
because
to a
he's like a
resort.
massive trip planner. He's planned so.
No, I'm just saying like
No,
doing
man, pretend
shit.
there is. I get it. It's exhausting.
Yeah, no, but I think his whole thing is like go to like Japan and go to like Europe and
Then
do
you
those
got to do
kind
all
of
the
trips
stupid
and
tourist
stuff,
shit,
right?
take pictures of shit.
No, that shit's cool too.
No, that shit's cool too. That shit's fun too. But like, good luck taking kids and getting them psyched about like. I know you can do it, but like, I can imagine my daughter being
a
like
14-hour plane ride.
look
to
what
Japan.
we're gonna go see. It's another statue that you know nothing about.
Yeah.
Like, look at the architecture. She's gonna be like,
I'm
where's
tired.
the merry-go-round? Right? Like, that's what she's gonna do. So for kids, like, nah.
Yeah, like my parents took us when we went to India. That's what it felt like. I'm like, I'm just in a car. We're just traveling.
Yeah,
exactly.
Where are we going?
Yeah. I mean, I guess it could be kind of fun for kids, but I mean, I understand what he's saying somewhat when you do that, but we've done those kind of trips. You guys have been on those kind of trips, right? They're fun. They're amazing. They also cost a lot of money, right? And there's also something about like going to a resort. Like I think about it now because I don't have that much time to like relax and do nothing, that you appreciate all of these little things no matter what you're doing, as long as you're spending with friends and family. Like it's pretty cool, right?
That being said, he probably went to a shitty resort. Like sometimes the food's really good. Depends
Yeah, it depends
on
on
where
which
you go.
resort you go to. There's a lot of good ones.
Yeah, I think the country depends also.
For sure.
Right? And the resort does matter too. But yeah, we've been to some pricier resorts. The food's
Exactly.
always better, right? Than going to some non-pricey ones. Right?
This guy doesn't know what the hell he's
Makes
talking about.
sense.
Resorts are cool.
Yeah.
What else?
Don Cherry's back in the news.
shit.
Remember that guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like a conservative MP, Andrew Lawton, he started a petition to nominate him for the Order of Canada. It's Polyev and Daniel Smith quickly jumped on and came out supporting his petition. They think that he should. So the Order of Canada is the second highest honor, and it's given for merit that can be awarded, and it recognizes people who make extraordinary contributions to the country. Right? And just for context, like some of the people that have been added to the order, like why it makes sense for Don Cherry to be added to it: Andre DeGrasse, GSP, Nardwar. Remember that guy? Nardwar.
Yeah, he's
the
on
interview
it?
guy. He's on it, right? So like, if those people get it, I think Don Cherry has a little bit of a case.
Yeah.
It's just the whole situation got weird because they brought back up that whole.
Yeah.
Remember how he got fired?
Yeah. I forgot how worked up he was. Well, that's so
Ron
good.
McLean just like, you're gonna get fired, Don.
Yo, I remember when it happened. I don't remember him saying it like this. Like, I get why it's offensive now, but I remember when it happened, I'm like, wow, like this guy's just like done.
Well, he got fired just literally for saying "you people."
Yeah.
That's a reason.
But now that I listen to it properly again,
I
understand. It's offensive.
Really? I didn't have a problem with when he said it back then.
I didn't have a problem then.
I didn't have a problem watching it now.
You know what the weird thing is? He said it before this influx of immigrants.
Way before. He thought there was too many then.
Imagine what he would have said now. Like, but
that's true.
Right?
2019.
Yeah, that was like blessing immigration. But I think to what he's saying, I don't necessarily disagree with. He's saying that people don't honor the troops here that much, right? And like people don't wear poppies, and they don't, right? There's not this thing for realizing that somebody died so you can have the freedoms that you love so much right now. People died.
That's where he's coming
so you
from.
can have all of this, right? That's why to me, I'm always just like, don't burn the Canadian flag. Don't do that kind of shit because people have fought for this country and died for it, right? I'm born and raised here, right? So like to me, it's important, right? I myself, like I'll admit, like I don't always put on a poppy, but anytime like I'm around and I see one, I'll tap the card, grab one. I'll tap the card, grab two. Right, like because it is what it is, right? If you forget to wear it, that's one thing, right? But what he's talking about when he goes, "you people," that's when you make this weird designation because it's not just like immigrants, right? I see nobody wearing them, right? Like in a lot of these things, people don't wear them. Politicians wear them, and outside of that, like you won't see that kind of level of appreciation for troops, I guess, right? And there's not many days.
It's just weird. You see, like how proud people are in the States. Like the amount of time I've seen people like just pay for someone's dinner who's served or he's wearing something.
Right.
Like just I seen like if you ever seen at like gas stations and stuff, they come in like they do the whole thing where there's a bunch of tanks going. And then they'll stop.
Like
not tanks, like Hummers, right?
Yeah.
And then they'll stop and then I've seen people
like a
literally
convoy, you're saying?
Like a convoy, sorry, I've seen people pay for like 20 people. They like pull up and they go, "No, we're paying for all you guys." Like there's so much pride.
Right.
That's just lacking here. No one.
But
maybe
then,
because
like,
we
in the
barely
States,
have a military.
I feel like you can go to a mall and there's just someone saying sign up to be part of the army. Like it's very like
it gets
it's
pushed,
in your face. Like sports events are like people from the army will come and surprise. They're like
for sure,
or like oh no, I'll watch all those videos and I'll cry. When the kid sees their parent or whatever. But I don't. Have you ever seen like anybody on even the RCMP walking around? Like I haven't.
No.
No, you won't see that. I also think I don't know. There. I think there's definitely I can speak for myself. There's an appreciation for troops that have fought in wars. I think it'll always be there, right? But I think generally speaking in the public, there's this national pride now, right? And instead of taking it in a negative context, like I feel like people can be like, maybe we should be proud of our military and people that have died for this country doing, fighting for these freedoms and stuff, right? I think you can take it positively, but that's also why this war in Iran, right? Where they go, if Canada's getting militarily involved, right? Carney's all over the place. He doesn't know what the fuck to say, right? Other people in the U.S., they're kind of just like, no, like we don't want to fight these wars. Meanwhile, some people like regime change. You have these protesters. Some of them are happy. Some of them, people die.
Yeah,
real people die
for sure.
Right, and when that happens, like they're fighting something. Sometimes they don't even believe it. Right, they're following orders. Right, and you got to go fight it. Right, so I mean, the least people can do is wear a poppy because of that. Right?
Yeah.
But he doesn't need to single out brown people, but that's what they're gonna do. But what you're saying, the award, if it's given to Nardwar,
that's what I'm saying, right?
Is this supposed to be like it's a reward that's supposed to be like coveted?
What is it? Yeah,
it's that's all it is. It's just for like merit and extraordinary contributions to the country, which I think that if hockey's our game, right? And my entire life, I've been watching this guy up until he got fired for saying "you people."
And his like big collars.
Yeah.
And then his fancy suits and stuff, right?
Yeah.
So he's done so much for the game to publicize it. All I know is when I was a kid, even when the Leafs sucked, I was like, Coach's corner. This guy's going to give it to him. I was waiting, right?
Yeah.
Now I don't even know what the intermission is. I don't know what they call it.
Yeah.
I'm not tuning in. Now the intermission sucks and the Leafs suck.
Yeah.
So
isn't it Biz and those guys?
They only do TNT.
Oh, they only do okay.
They don't do the CBC. He did CBC, right?
Yeah.
The Coach's corner.
Yeah.
I literally don't even know who the hell does it. I think it's Elliot Friedman and stuff. But
I mean, I think they asked him to apologize for that "you people" thing. He was like, "No, I'm not apologizing." Right?
Which is fine.
Yeah.
If he doesn't want to,
Yeah.
but like if Nardwar got this GSP. I mean, everyone knows Don Cherry. You guys know him, right?
Yeah.
Who doesn't know Don Cherry?
Yeah.
But bro, there's people got a touch of the isms around here, right? Some people a little bit of racism. They throw that shit around. Like it's fucking
What
2026,
else is
right?
that though?
Like,
When you say you people, you're being a little.
we know that's aimed towards Punjabis and Indian people and shit, bro. Like, we're not jumping around the bush.
Mississauga. He's talking about
Yeah, he's in Mississauga. He's not talking about Asian people. He's talking about one group of people.
I don't know.
Us people, right?
I never got that offended by it.
I mean, the way he says
If that's
he's
the
like,
reason, but if that's the reason
that's what
he's
it
not
was.
going to get this award, that's stupid.
It's
That's all.
pretty crazy that somebody in Canada gets canceled for saying "you people,"
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And in the States, there's like,
the president will say.
Yeah, worst thing.
people get elected for this
It's
shit.
just like, who said that? I'll bomb the sheriff.
Yeah. He's just like, hire that guy or terrorist, right? Like, yo, I don't know, man. It's pretty wild. Like, you have Harvey Weinsteins of the world and shit like that. That's what people go down for in the States, right? Bill Cosby and shit. This guy said, "you people gone," right? Which, I don't know.
It's Canada.
But you're allowed to get offended at it,
Yeah.
right? Free speech, free expression. He's allowed to say it too,
True.
right? We could get mad. We could criticize him. That's how
all it
democracies in these countries are supposed to work, all right?
Yeah. Somebody has a new scoring record.
Oh, shit.
Bam Adebayo.
I saw this, man.
Second most points in NBA history. There he is with this line. Everyone has to do that photo, right?
Everyone, bro. That's Wilt set this shit off. Now everyone's got to put something on a page
Yeah.
and hold it up.
So he's behind Kobe's 81 and, ahead of Kobe's 81 and behind Wilt's only 100-point game. So this was a game nobody was watching. I don't care if you're a Miami Heat fan, or how big of an NBA fan you are. Nobody was watching Miami versus Washington on a random Tuesday in March. Nobody, right? Unless you're LeBron, right? That guy probably predicted it. Predicts everything. You seen that clip? He's predicting Kobe. He's like, when he had 60, I was like,
I knew it.
He's
Yeah.
going for 80. I knew it. I called it. I told everyone. But yeah, if you told an average NBA fan, if you told me that the guy to beat Kobe's record would be Bam Adebayo, I would think you're drunk.
But he shot like what, 40, more than 40 free throws, right? It's not like it's a 3-point shooting game or anything. I don't know.
The sad thing about it, the worst part is that like everyone got that Bleacher Report alert and then probably tuned into this shitty ass game in the middle of March, right? They're like, wait, Bam has 62? What the hell? Everyone tuned in and everyone got to watch the shit show. Nobody got to watch him get to the 60 and how he got there. I don't know. I just saw the ending, the complete shit show that it was. Everyone got to watch that. So I think that kind of in people's minds just made it look really ugly, right? Because it didn't get that ugly until the second half of the fourth quarter. It got really bad. They're purposely missing free throws, intentionally fouling. Even at a point he had like 79 points, I think. He's like, stop, don't foul. He's telling them. So as a collective, they made up their mind. They're like, he's gonna beat Kobe's record and we're gonna make him do it. But like, he got other NBA records, 43 free throws, NBA record, 36 free throws made, NBA record. And especially a guy like known for defense, not scoring.
No, he's not.
It's kind of like Draymond dropping 83 points, right?
No, I mean Bam's a skilled player, right? And if you want to, I think if you want to blame someone, blame Washington, right? Like, play some defense, bro. Like, who the hell wants to watch this shit, right? I think when I saw that Kobe drop 81, you've seen David Robinson do it, especially the way that these games swing and how quickly ever since the Steph era. Yeah, but the Steph era, like ever since then, like how many points these guys can rack up quickly with the threes.
150.
I did think eventually somebody's gonna break the 100-point record. I didn't think Bam was gonna do 83, but I thought
I would have never
guessed. I would have never guessed this, but I mean, it is what it is, right? Records are meant to be broken, right? Somebody's going to come along and break all these records. I don't know if somebody's going to touch LeBron's all-time points record.
That one's a little tougher.
Yeah, but a lot of these records, it is what it is, man. Like, you can be mad at it. If you want to be mad at it, be mad at the players and shit, right? Like, what the hell are you letting him rack up points?
Be mad at the Wizards' defense, right? They're triple teaming him. They couldn't stop him, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'll say this much. Like, getting 83 points, even on a shitty defense, these are NBA players. It's really hard to put up 83 points. sure they were forcing it. I don't think anybody would have been mad. I think just the way it was a game that didn't mean anything.
Yeah.
On a random Tuesday. Nobody was tuned in, and when everyone got that stupid alert, they watched the game. They're like, "What the hell is this?" The intentional fouling. They're up by 20 points.
Yeah.
So that put the sour taste in everybody's mouth. I think if it just happened and it was close, it was a 5-point game or something.
Yeah.
And he was still forcing the issue and putting up like 50 shots. Nobody would have cared.
If it was like if he was just on a heater and he was like launching threes, he couldn't miss or whatever the hell, right? Even if he ended up shooting 25 free throws, like sure, right? But like 40 plus free throws in a game, right? And 83 points, right? And like now everyone's just talking about what a whack ass game that was.
Yeah.
Nobody's giving his props for 83 points, right?
I think it's impressive still, but I don't know. It does make me think somebody's going to break Wilt's record.
Somebody's going to break that record. It's 17 points away.
Someone's going to chase
Someone's
it.
going to eventually, which I would have thought was not doable when I was a kid. I was like, nobody's touching that, right? But I remember when Kobe went for 81 on us, right? On the Raptors, he did
was
it.
Chasing it.
He was kind of chasing it, but Raptors weren't scrubs when that happened. Jalen Rose was out there guarding him. Like, it wasn't as bad. It wasn't this. It wasn't this.
Yeah.
I don't remember who exactly was on the squad. I feel like it was Jalen Rose.
It was like one of the bad seasons.
Mo Peterson was on it, I think. Was he?
I think
At that time still? It wasn't the VC years.
Rose was guarding him. That's why
Rose was
everyone
guarding him.
remembers Rose.
Yeah, everyone remembers Jalen Rose. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is, man. Like, he's gonna get flack for it, which, like, sure, you know, it's hard to score that many points.
It's not gonna matter in 5 years. He's gonna have the record.
Really? I think people forget David Robinson 70 points. They remember.
He chased the hell out of that, though.
Yeah,
he was trying to get the scoring title.
He did.
Everyone does. Even if you look back at like Booker, he dropped 70 a couple. He's putting up shots to the last millisecond.
Yeah.
Everyone, when they get close to the record, they're like, I'm gonna go for it.
When you get close, why wouldn't you go for it?
Why wouldn't you? Right?
Yeah, why wouldn't you go for it? But Washington's defense, ass. Whatever the hell that was, if you want to call it defense.
Somebody else got a record that I think's even more impressive that nobody's really talking about. SGA broke Wilt's 126 game record.
Let's go.
Yeah, so this guy dropped 20 plus points for 127 straight games. That's over a season.
Yeah, 20 plus points. Yeah, it's pretty impressive, man. Pretty impressive.
That's crazy. I think they're including the playoffs there too. It makes sense that they would.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, I feel like this guy's greatness is kind of getting overlooked. Probably because the small market playing in OKC. I don't think being Canadian helps his cause.
I think on a national, like a global stage or national stage, Canada definitely he gets a lot of love here. People, there's people here that think that him winning a championship is more than the Raptors winning a championship, right? Which will disagree with that bullshit, right? But no, it's cool. He's from Hamilton, man. He's doing his thing, man. I'm always gonna support him. I told you I was thinking about buying his jersey just because I never rep anything but Toronto, but for Shea, whatever is fine. But it is definitely impressive, and I don't think he gets much of the love because of also his nonchalant attitude kind of on the court. He's like, I got
in life.
this.
Yeah.
And that's just who he is, right?
Yeah.
Like, if he was one of those, like, rah, rah, rah,
exactly,
or whatever, right? Then, yeah, you'd probably get it more, right?
Yeah.
But, I mean, he does get overlooked somewhat.
I think people just kind of hate his play style, right? A little bit of foul baiting. But he's playing within the rules, right? Like the same way if you're going to hate on Bam, like, the Wizards are the ones to blame. I hate the league for setting it up. They made this into a scoring league.
The man got an MVP and a Finals MVP last year, right? And
what if he does it again? What if he does it all again? The MVP, Finals MVP, and the championship 2 years in a row? You got to start putting this guy's name in all-time ranks.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And for whatever reason,
he's going to force people to talk about him.
People do talk about him, to be fair. They do talk about him, but it's easier for people to bring up.
Always in a negative light.
Yeah, they'll bring up other players first, right? Whenever, and then he comes up last.
Yeah.
Right?
The guy's a pure scorer, man.
I mean, his game is Kobe-esque, right?
Yeah.
That's how he plays.
It's just,
right?
it has to be his like attitude.
Yeah.
And the small, like, I don't know what it is. He gets overlooked.
Yeah. I mean, I bet you if he was in New York or something, a big market, then he wouldn't get overlooked.
Exactly.
Right? But
or the Raptors. I don't know when he's a free agent, but I wouldn't mind him joining the Raptors.
Yeah.
More Canada. We got the WBC didn't go our way, but that game was wild, man.
Yo, that shit
I was
was
almost not gonna watch.
Nah, man. I told you I'm big into baseball now.
But we should have got blown out, right?
Huh?
We should have got blown out.
We should have got blown out.
Yeah, they put up a good fight.
Brash and Friedman was they left for personal reasons by the semifinal, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, when that game started, when they went up, I think it was 5-1, right? You're like, yo, this is a wrap, right?
Yeah.
And then Naylor hits that home run.
I didn't know the entire Naylor family played baseball. I just knew that one Josh guy in the ALCS. He pissed me the hell off. He kept hitting home runs.
Yeah.
But this is probably how the Americans felt, right? During the hockey game. There's probably like, is this supposed to happen? But I felt that. I'm like, yo, when they had 2 on, I think it was the 7th or 8th. And somebody was up to bat. I'm like, are we going to win this game? What the hell's going
Bro,
on?
at least though, even though it was that, they got the job done and they won.
Yeah. Sucks.
Right? We were in the same position and we lost.
This international play is not going
Bro,
on.
I'm just telling you, I've been saying this now with hockey, baseball, basketball. Every time we play the US, it's must-see TV.
Yeah.
Now. That's where it's got. I don't care if we're playing ping pong. Like, I'm going to watch that shit.
One day we're going to beat them, man.
We're just going to sit here and hope and pray, man. Just if we missed them in hockey now, like, I don't know. Did we get them in curling? I don't even know if they played.
We did. We got a gold medal in curling.
Yeah, but I don't know if they played each other. But the rest of this baseball classic's been wild.
It's been fun,
man.
right?
Even Venezuela versus Japan. Holy. That shit was
That
wild.
was the first time they lost in the WBC since 2017 semis.
I feel like Japan is one of the reasons why people got back in the WBC, right? Because they have a lot of pride. Baseball,
All these guys do. All these international players,
right?
They a lot of them were like, this means more to me than a World Series.
Yeah,
that's what they were saying.
Yeah. I think you get caught up in
the moment.
In the moment.
I mean,
right?
that DR team was probably so fun, man.
That
They're
DR
dancing
team
24/7.
No, they look like a fun time, bro. Those guys are like, yo, every single one of them is like cheering and so much for it. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
The way that you see that slide that Vladdy did.
Yeah.
I saw a bunch of people going, I bet he didn't do it for the Blue Jays.
Yeah,
I'll pull up a clip where he does the exact same thing for the Blue Jays, man.
Sure.
Like, yo, but it's cool, man. Seeing that and then even them beating us, right? Like, yo, we'll see, right? Like, you know, by the time this pod goes up, you're probably gone home too, right?
Yeah. I mean, he gets to come and do it for his other home team when the season starts in a couple of weeks. But it's cool to see Canada baseball. This is the furthest they ever gotten.
Yeah, no, it's definitely cool, man. Even watching like, you know, the minor leaguers, but like even I think one of the Jays prospects were on the mound.
Yeah.
And even like you see like the baseball squad and you're like, okay, Canada's got something here, right? Like it's coming.
It's coming.
It's
and
coming. It's coming.
See, these guys are focused on hockey. We're coming in basketball, baseball. Watch out for us,
man. I like it, man. I think it kind of if everything gets bigger here and now you start producing a lot of athletes and now college, you know, sports get bigger here. It's cool, man. It's cool. I'm excited.
Nobody can afford hockey equipment. Everyone can afford
nobody can
baseball.
afford fucking bread here, right? Like, you're talking about hockey equipment, bro.
Yeah. Did you see the Matthews injury?
Yeah.
So it's not looking so good for Matthews. He's out for the season now with a grade 3 MCL sprain. And if he needs surgery, he's looking at 4 to 6 months of recovery. So this is the icing on top, cherry on top icing,
Call
whatever
what you want.
Analogy you want to use.
Analogy. I don't know what that was. But yeah.
Yeah, it's just a putrid garbage season.
Yeah.
And this is a perfect way to end it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you could pull up that graphic so you could just see it's clearly dirty hit. He's hunting for his knee there, right?
Yeah.
And this is the same Radko Gudas
Yeah.
that took out Crosby in the Olympics. He took out McDavid before. He's a repeat offender.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been suspended a bunch of times.
Same guy took out Crosby.
Yeah.
And like, you can't tell me he wasn't hunting for his knee there.
For sure.
In that blown up picture.
Yeah.
With that lunge.
Yeah, so he got suspended 5 games. A lot of people think that it was deliberate. I agree.
Yeah.
Dirty ass hit.
Yeah.
And the worst part in that clip that we're showing off to the side, on the left side of it, that Nylander, he got asked about it. He's just like, Him and Riley said the same exact thing. They're just like, I didn't really notice what was happening, right? So when you look at that picture, he passes him the puck. He not only passes him the puck, he turns to the ref and goes, "What the hell?" Like asking for a penalty on the play. So you saw it all happen. You were part of it. You watched it happen. This is hockey we're playing, man. How that justifies if someone takes down your captain like that, you are fully justified to jump off the fucking bench and come and kick that guy's ass, right? 100%. This is hockey we're playing. That's the way it's dealt with. It's the saddest thing I've ever seen. And I've seen, as a Leafs fan, I've seen some sad shit, right? But your captain, your leading scorer, your potentially all-time great in your franchise is in agony on the floor. And not one of you guys can come circle back and be like, yo, you good? You can't.
Why is that?
You tell me. This franchise has problems that are like culturally deeply like concerning. Like these players are lost. They're not fighting for each other. They're not standing up for each other. It's a lost season. It's one I want to forget about.
The culture is not great. But in that same Riley interview, he did say like, "But that was my bad. I should have gone.
Oh,
I should have
a
gone
little
back."
too late.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I mean,
did you watch it? Like, did you watch the clip from when it happened?
Yeah.
I watched a few times. For me, like, I don't know that I would have. I'm not a hockey player.
Yeah.
So I don't know that I would have known that he got that injured, as injured as he got. Like, I don't know if I quickly skated beside him and he just fell, I thought he'd maybe get back up. This is what I thought the other hockey players, and that's what they're kind of saying.
Yeah.
That they didn't realize how injured he got.
No. It's a cop out.
But the culture, like between the Leafs themselves, it's not great. I've seen.
Well, at first I was thinking, okay, maybe it's a coaching thing, right? Berube lost the locker room. Okay, cool, right? And then you start to blame general managers. You're like, okay, cool, man. You let go of Marner. Look at nothing's panning out what you've done, right? And then I didn't think that the players didn't have some sort of love for each other, right?
Empathy, right?
Yeah, it didn't seem like that. Like Nylander and Riley, especially. That one's weird, right? Like it seemed like they're all cool. But I guess, I don't know, like they don't really fuck with each other like that. I don't know what it is. Like it kind of like it is a sad season. If this is what it's gotten to, then yeah, this is a complete rebuild, right? And the season to watch.
I don't care to see any of these guys back on the ice. I don't give a shit. If you're not playing for each other, like at least play for each other. Those are your teammates,
if you're a losing team, right? Like just go and lose with passion.
Have some passion.
Yeah,
that's what the Leafs used to do. When they sucked back in the days, they beat the shit out of everybody on the ice.
Look, I'll even say this, right? Like you remember Matt Sundin era, right? It's kind of similar build to Auston Matthews, a little bit tall guy, 6'2", kind of like, he wasn't really a fighter. You know, he was a little bit, aggressive here and there when he needed to be later on, but initially kind of like timid, just stay out of it, doing whatever, right? Look at everyone around him, right?
Yeah.
Be it Darcy Tucker, Ty Domi, Gary Roberts, all of them. Everyone's throwing hands, right? And a lot of those guys weren't like giants, right? They were like small guys,
Ty Domi.
right? Yeah,
Ty Domi,
Darcy Tucker
jumping up to punch Chara in the face.
He like bit someone's ear or something, or
he grabbed somebody in the stands for spilling a water bottle on him. He grabbed him in the penalty box, started kicking his ass. But like, it's like that squad, whatever they did in the playoffs, however they played. I remember being awake for regular season games in overtime, watching that squad play, and I was like, holy shit, right? Like, but this squad, for whatever reason, they don't have that.
No,
they don't have that.
It's
right.
It's lost.
And
I
think
culturally, there's something going on.
Whatever they had before with Marner and stuff, after Marner left, I don't know what happened here.
Look, the team fell apart.
Like, who knows what happened there? Like, maybe there's a locker room divide where, like, you got some of these guys on one side and some of them on the other side who are like, no, let's go this way. When, some of them are like, why did we lose? I don't know what's happening in the locker room. It seems like there's something. Like, these guys don't really, they don't care for each other like that. At this point, like, I don't want to say like everyone's a wash or whatever just because of one incident. Like, I don't want to put it on that. To me, I'm like, okay, this season can't end any faster.
Yeah.
Right. And at this point, it's not even like, oh my God, Toronto's screwed. It's like this experiment, core 4, whatever.
It's done. The chapter is done.
It's over.
Yeah.
People are speculating he'll leave, right?
I mean, do you blame him at this point?
He'll probably leave. Now it puts him in a weirder place. They can't trade the guy. He's injured for 6 months.
Yeah, two years left on his deal. How much
I can
is
talk
left
about
on
their
his deal?
problems like for hours.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Just with this specific situation, there's one way to save face. They play these guys again on March the 30th, and I better see someone. I don't care if it's Berube jumping off the bench. When that guy touches the ice, you kick his ass. You drop the gloves. There should be an immediate fight.
I don't think anyone's gonna do that.
So disgrace of the team, disgrace of the season. I don't care to see any of them.
Wendy's clearly mad.
Okay, let's end off with a this or that elimination game.
Sounds fun.
We're going to pick one from each round and then the winner goes on. So round 1, number 1, sleeping in every day or having unlimited coffee forever.
Sleeping in every day.
Really?
Unlimited coffee forever.
What does that mean?
It's free, right?
Free,
free coffee for life.
Oh, then you just
any
pay
kind of
for
coffee you want.
But
you can't pay for it?
Coffee?
Yeah.
No, you won't have to pay for it. It's free forever for life.
Free coffee
Or
for
you
life.
get to
Whatever
sleep
you
in every
want,
single day.
any kind.
think
What
I'd-
would you rather pick?
I think free coffee.
Really? I think I like coffee the most here, and I'd rather sleep in every
I'd
day.
rather sleep in too, because we never get to sleep in.
Yeah, we know. Once you have kids, you don't sleep.
It
man.
hasn't happened in 4 years.
I just want to
We'll
sleep
go
all
with
the time.
sleeping in.
Okay. Number 2, free vacations anytime
That's pretty sick.
or never having to work again.
Free vacations, right?
Bro.
Why do what?
Okay, think
But
about
then
it
never
logically.
having to work, what does that mean? The salary is just given to me?
Yeah, that means that
Yeah.
you won like a shit ton of money and you got it, right? So then you can go as many vacations
So
as
I
you
would
want.
do
You don't have to
that.
work. Yeah,
Never having to work.
Never having to work again has a higher ceiling than vacation.
Yeah. How often do you go on vacation? Once a
Oh,
year?
but
Twice
hey.
a year?
If you're never working,
Then you want as many as you want. So you have to pick that
But
one.
if they're always free all the time, you can live on resorts.
the shitty seaweed resort.
But then how do you afford your house?
Yeah.
What do you mean? You got a bunch of houses, bro. You just go on vacation all day.
Should we go with that one then?
I don't know. Nah, never having to work again is pretty solid.
Yeah.
I thought we go with the sleep one and that one keeps going. No?
It's going to be the next round.
Oh, okay,
You guys will see. So you picked the never work?
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay. Next, number 3, eating out for every meal or having a private chef.
Private chef.
Private chef.
Chef. Okay.
Gourmet meals, yo.
Yeah, bro, that'd be fire. I kind of got one over here.
You get to like eat
That'd
healthy.
be sick. Someone
So
preparing
sick.
every meal for you.
Yeah, it's not like it happens at my house. I make all my.
I prepare every meal for you.
Okay, round 2. So now back to sleeping in every day or
Oh,
never
I get
having
it.
to work again.
Oh, you're gonna pit them against each other.
No, sleeping in every day or never having to work.
Still never having
I
to
think
work.
never having to work. Yeah.
Really? Why do I like sleep or find never having to work?
Okay, never having to work again or having a private chef.
Never having to work.
Private chef's pretty cool.
Yeah,
but sure.
I guess we're
We're
not working.
private chef.
Yeah. So never having to work?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's
All right, so
thorough.
never having to work. So we're never gonna have to work again. That's what it is. It's
not bad.
I wish we work a lot. That's all we do. And with that, remember we're not experts at anything. Neither are most other people's talking shit. People's talking shit.
A lot of people.
Most other people talking shit out here. Always do your own research, and we'll catch you guys next week.
Take care, everybody.
Peace.